Dear Brothers, it's about quality, not quantity.
So guys, it should be your conversation, the way you flow, your presence is enough for a woman to want to be around you, not how much money you spend.
Dear sisters, it's about knowing your value.
My sisters out there, don't be afraid to scare a guy off just because you have standards.
Dear brothers, dear sisters, it's time to come together.
Blam! Back at you in the DBDS Live studio with your man Mo. I'm here with your man Mel Money. Hit him up, baby.
Hey, what's going on, my peoples? Today we got a dynamic show for you today, but before we get started, we're going to tell you about the mission statement. So we promote thoughtful relationship topics on social media, our live show, and other outlets to help people to become a better version of themselves. We want people to embrace respect, love, and loyalty and have healthier relationships, and in doing so, you have to change how you are and not who you are. A better version of you creates a healthier relationship. Healthier relationship creates healthier families, and healthier families create healthier communities. So let's get this show on the road, my peoples.
Now, you know how you had them contracts, right? When you got a contract, you got that little disclaimer at the bottom. I'm about to give y'all one right now because this show going to be off the chain, man. So the little disclaimer is make sure you got some tissues close by. You know, you might be crying for one reason or another, but it's going to be off the chain, man. Today's show is dedicated to the brothers who need it, and it's called Don't Be a Cupcake Brother. So look, Mel Money, tell them what a Cupcake Brother is.
Man, a Cupcake Brother is one that has no spine, soft, no personal boundaries. Can't be a cupcake brother, or else you will lose integrity. Trust me, man. You will lose everything that you work so hard for, man. They will not respect you.
It's not just integrity either. You're going to lose a lot more than that. You're going to find out about that. So we're going to be talking to our panel, man. We got a ridiculous panel today. We got, just amazing cast today, right? So we're going to go ahead and bring them in, man, one by one and let them introduce themselves to you, let them know who you are. Right now, we're bringing in Dr. Asbery out of CT. What's up, Doc?
What's going on? What's going on? Oh my goodness! Yo, look, I'm ready.
You're hyped up. What's going on?
Everything is good, man. Thank you guys so much for having me on the show today.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you a little bit about my organization. It's Fixing Fathers Incorporated. They're a 501c3 nonprofit organization in Connecticut. We are doing some really fabulous things out here. We got a magazine out called Fatherhood Defined. We got a podcast out called The David Lee Show. You guys were on it. You guys know about that. We also got a wonderful chess program that I want to push. I hope you guys let me plug this because we are giving free chess sets away to kids 8 to 16. So all you got to do is get in touch with me, Fixing Fathers Incorporated, fixingfathers@gmail.com. Give me a call. We have actually gone global on this. All I ask the parents to do is just pay for the, for the postage or whatever. But we are giving these chess sets away to kids. We want our kids to get these chess sets in their hands and learn how to play chess and deal with strategy and just, it's a great game. You guys know. I mean, you guys play chess. You guys know. So, that's just like I said, a couple of the things. If you guys want to visit the website, it's fixingfathers.org, and you can learn a little bit more about it. And that's it.
Glad to have you on the show, brother.
Thank you.
Listen, y'all, if y'all don't know Dr. Asbery, man, this is gonna be dynamic, man. He got a lot of good information for you. So listen up, sit tight. Right now, we're gonna bring in our next guest, coming out of GA, my man DVP. What's up, DVP?
What's happening?
It's all good, man. What's good with you?
I ain't playing with y'all, Doc. I'm gonna sign up for your thing because I'm suffering right now. You know why, Doc? But I got me a drink. And it's mostly liquor just for this show. I got a show on Wednesday, Random Thoughts with DVP. Hopefully, I'll be over my drunkenness after this show. Doc, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm interested in what you're talking about.
No doubt. Tell us a little bit about you. DVP.
Hey man, I'm a retired cop. I was a veteran of the military. I ain't seen shit like that video you saw me ever. I'm a father. I'm a soon-to-be husband. One day, somebody gonna like me for something. And like I said, I got a show on Wednesday where I talk about anything and everything, and I like to just keep it real as I can.
No doubt. That's what we do, man. We do here on DBDS Live, no doubt. Yeah. And last but not least, we're gonna bring in our last guest, my man Henry out of CT. What's going on, Henry?
What's good, brothers? How we doing?
It's all good, man. Glad to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Henry.
God bless you, brothers. My name is Henry Bien-Aime. I am a producer for iHeartRadio Connecticut out of Hamden and in Hartford. I am a producer. I'm the executive producer of Real and Raw with Dr. B, which is Dr. T. Charles Brantley, the pastor of Restoration Springs Interdenominational Church. And I am also a podcast producer as well as a minister as well. So if you guys need somebody or know someone who wants to put together a podcast, whether it be a video podcast or an audio podcast, your man's got all the tools necessary to get your voice out there. And you can hit me up at hbienemy@msn.com.
Look, I told y'all, man, we got the crazy show today. Listen, if you need scripture, we got you. If you need police protection, we got you. If you need a chess set, a free chess set, we got you. Man, we got everything today, man. I told y'all, man, just be prepared, man.
Before you get started, I wanted to address the other two panelists. Dr. Lee, you're definitely going to get some contact information from me about the chess set. And
okay.
I'm a father of a military man myself. So I do thank you for your service, and I hope you enjoy your retirement. It's very well deserved.
Listen, y'all, this is amazing, man. Like I told y'all, man, we got an amazing panel today, and we're gonna jump into this, man. I told you the title of this show is "Don't Be a Cupcake Brother." We're gonna let my man Mel Money kick us off. Mel Money, kick us off with a scenario, baby.
Oh, so listen, we got a section called the DBDS Anonymous section where people post their issues and they come back for some feedback to try to help them navigate and elevate the relationship to a higher degree. So Reese, I'm really struggling and can use some insight on any feedback. My girlfriend of 9 months broke up with me without warning. I'm confused because she told me our relationship was the best relationship she ever had. Yet here I am, brokenhearted, listening to Neo and pissed off by her rejection and breaking up with me. She explained the reason why she needs a break is due to her ex-boyfriend who was very abusive to her, yet she still has feelings for him. She also confessed that she violated our relationship and she may be pregnant by him. She's torn between the both of us, even though I did everything she wanted me to do. For example, I downgraded my job. I moved across the country from my place to her place. I became a great stepfather to her 4 other kids who have different baby daddies just to show how much I love her. She loves the attention, love, and compliments I gave her on a consistent basis. And she sought reassurance from me often due to insecurities, which I gladly delivered. I love her very much and found it easy to express that love and desire for her. However, I needed a fraction of similar reassurance, which would become cold and distance, claiming she felt pressure, and I believe it was due to her ex-abusive boyfriend. As crazy as this may sound, but I refuse to get a DNA test because I know the child is mine, and I just want to be with her. What can I do to win her back?
Ooh, listen, man. Listen, we're going to call this guy Johnny Bobo because I don't got a name. I'm going to call him Johnny Bobo. Okay. We got to get Johnny Bobo some help, all right? I'm coming to you, DVP. Help me out, man. Help Johnny Bobo out. Let's get him some help, man.
You got to look deep within yourself, brother. It's a lot of things I can forgive in life. A baby is not in the top 20. That's an 18-year reminder. And he got to look and see how much he willing to get past it, or does he want her back to get revenge? I don't see no reason in going back. To me, the ultimate sign of disrespect is not cheating. It's cheating with unprotected sex, because that's a whole lot. I can overlook cheating, but when you exposing yourself, it's true, you exposing me. I believe Buddy just he needs some intervention, and he need to understand who he really is. And I don't know if he got a low self-esteem. I don't know if he did something before and he like, okay, that's her way of getting back, so we even. I just think there are a lot of underlying problems that don't lead to a fruitful future. But that's just my opinion.
Boom. Doc, you got some advice for this brother?
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that. Sometimes, guys, the writing is on the wall. You know what I mean? Sometimes the writing, sometimes it's not really all that deep. The writing is on the wall. The actions are there. I mean, we have to start looking at the actions of some of these women, because we're always, in this Me Too movement, we always looking at what we're doing, but we also got to look at some of the women and what they're doing. And when the writing is on the wall, when you start seeing these signs, it is time for you to pull back. Sometimes when you pull back, women kind of say, "Oh, wow, he ain't feeling me that way." You know, I thought I had him in the palm of my hand. Sometimes you just need to pull back. And I think that this brother here needs to pull back, and he needs to look and see that he's not being treated the way he should be treated.
No doubt. Henry, any thoughts for this brother?
I'm gonna piggyback off of both of the gentlemen and take it one step further in the sense that this woman told you exactly who she was when you met her. She told you that she had children by multiple baby daddies, multiple, which means that you didn't check the Carfax when you went to her. Okay. Right. When you go to buy a car, the process of buying the car doesn't start when you get on the lot. It starts when you do your research. And he ain't checked the Carfax, because if he had checked the Carfax, he'd have seen all of this. And I'll leave you with this. If you've ever played poker with a bunch of people, I'm not talking online poker, I'm talking about face-to-face where you can read the other person poker, they will always give off what's called a tell, meaning that they're going to give you some sort of signal, an eyebrow going up, a head twitch, a blink, something to let you know whether they got the goods or whether they bluffing. And he should have seen this tell coming.
Yeah. There's also that feeling inside. I don't understand why a lot of us brothers just don't trust that feeling inside. I mean, okay, yes, we got 5 brothers here. We got 5 brothers here that we can reach out to and talk. But there's also that feeling inside. This ain't right. You know, when you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, this ain't right. You got to follow that, man. You got to follow that. You got to follow that belief that it just ain't right. And he ain't being treated right, man. So I'd say to him, it's time to step, man, because there's so many beautiful, beautiful women out there that that he can connect with. You know, visit your site. You know, there's so many beautiful women out there that he can connect with and move on. And it's time for this brother to move on.
No doubt.
Let me say something right quick.
Go ahead, DVP.
But Doc, suppose he is being treated right. You know how we hear what she doing, but do we hear what drove her to any of that? Now, not taking away none of her floozyism for all these baby daddies.
Yeah.
But if
he take that away,
if he knew that when he picked her and he thought that, and it's sometimes we like to blame other people, but we don't ever say what set them in that direction. Because if you pick a woman with a bunch of kids, then you kind of saying you okay with that. And then if he did something in retaliation and she just responded in kind, because sometimes we pick shitty people because we think we feel like we shit. And so we want to get treated like we think we deserve. That's the reason a lot of people down date, is because they know they don't deserve better because they got some kind of guilt complex going on.
Yeah, I guess, for me, I guess the infidelity just throws everything out there. Just throws everything out of it. I mean, there's a way in which we can maybe talk and try to figure this out. But that infidelity, that unprotected sex,
right?
You don't have any thought whatsoever as to what could happen to me. So listen, that's just problematic to me.
No doubt. Listen, brother, you got a lot of input. We're gonna go to our last input, Mel Money. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, in this particular situation, the strongest negotiation position is to be able to walk away and mean it. And clearly, I feel like their value system is not on the same wavelength, because the more he displays effort and provides her with like emotional security, the more he depletes his love tank to someone who is not relationship ready, and this long haul will only cause anger or resentment towards her, which is a recipe of disaster towards any relationship. And I tell brothers, this is why having moral codes or your personal guidelines is extremely important. Those moral codes are your code of conduct that you should always follow. In other words, I tell people to have them be set like non-negotiable, because whenever you're willing to sacrifice your self-respect towards someone who does not have any respect for you, that woman can never love you. And I just believe he needs to reevaluate his relationship, because this is the kind of woman who is not wifey material. Because in my view, a classy woman is one that's intelligent, knows how to communicate in a respectful manner. She's definitely nurturing, affectionate, and most importantly, she's loyal and dedicates herself to that high value man. So that's my take on it.
Yeah.
Boom, man. If this is you, if you that dude, listen, you just got some good advice. You need to go soul search, sit back and think about it. All right. So look, now we're gonna jump into our main show today. Let me hit you up with some facts right here. Okay, this is not even a plug. Me and Mel got a single site, dbdssingles.com. It's a lot of beautiful, classy women on that site. All right. So I'm looking at this saying, Well, it's a lot of classy, single, beautiful women on that site because there ain't enough men. All right. Notice, I didn't say males. I said men. There's a difference. All right. So, because some of these brothers are out here living in second childhood. Some of them have stunted their growth. They're not reading. They're not trying to grow anymore. You know, some refuse to stand up on their own too and accept that role as a man. All right. So if that's you, we talking to you today. Now listen, if it makes you feel funny or you get insulted, what that means is you got some changing to do. You got a few changes to do, but don't worry about it because look, everybody on this panel right here, we've been through the same thing you've been through. You know, it's not something unique to you. You know, we all been through that, and we had to figure our way through that. All right, so just take this information, and hopefully it can help you. Okay, now you know the DBDS slogan: teach, learn, and live. So let's get into this. All right, So we're gonna jump right into our first topic right here. We want to talk a little bit about. You gotta have a backbone, man. You gotta have a backbone, man. Listen, you gotta have a backbone. I don't know. We keep saying that. You gotta have a backbone. All right. So look, here's the thing, man. On the last show, one of our very, very pretty guests, female guests, came right out and she said, "Listen, I had my choice of probably about 3 men when I was dating." She said, "The one I picked was the only one who said no to me. Okay, I wanted to do something. He said no." And she said she picked him because she respected the fact that he could, stand on his own too. He had a backbone, and he wouldn't just let me do what I wanted to do. I was tired of just men because I'm pretty and I can get my way all the time. I was tired of men just following me, doing whatever I want them to do. All right. So listen, even if you're the kind of dude that thinks that if you can give a woman everything, that she'll love you for it, that's not true, man. Sometimes you got to say no. Sometimes, and they love you. They love you for that. So I'm coming to you, Mel Money. What's your thoughts on this one, man? Have a backbone.
I mean, you had it right on the nail, Mo. I mean, I believe classy women want a high-value man to grow with and one who demands respect and stands up for himself. And I also believe that no classy woman wants to be with a brother who will lie, cheat, or degrade her, but neither does she want to be with a weak, approval-seeking brother they can easily walk over and who cannot stand up for himself. Instead, classy women want a strong, assertive brother who can be both dominant and kind at the same time. She wants a man that's in control, but he's not a controlling man. And this goes back to the basics of having a strong character. For example, I feel like when a woman disrespects or talks down on you as a man, listen, you have to communicate in a respectful manner that is something you're not going to tolerate. When you have self-love and an abundant mindset to show that you're happy with her or without her, this displays an act of strength and she truly values you. And then she'll respect you even more because you're not a doormat and you're not a pushover brother. In fact, I call this concept the bargaining theory, in which a lot of brothers will bend their non-negotiable codes, accept threats, and accept disrespectful behavior as a means to keep that particular woman in their life. But the reality is that it's only going to become worse because there's no personal boundaries within a relationship. And the more you become that way, the more clingy and needy that you'll come around her and that'll push her further away.
Doc, have a backbone.
Have a backbone. See, listen, I've heard so many women say it, man. No is sexy. No is sexy. Just, you're always saying yes. You're always trying to be accommodating. Listen, I'm not trying to tell men not to be gentlemen, but there's a line, man. There's a line when where if you're feeling no, then say no. Everything doesn't have to be yes. Everything doesn't have to be her way. Sometimes it's your way. And I'm telling you, I've heard so many women say that, I like a little friction in our relationship. I like a little back and forth. It's not always, oh, I want to go to the movies today. Well, I don't really feel like going to the movies. I don't feel like doing nothing right now. And that's okay. That's okay. We don't have to be 100% accommodating all the time. And I've been married twice. So I know, she ain't here right now, but I've been married twice, man. And I know that sometimes you just need to say no. Sometimes you don't need to be accommodating on every single level. Sometimes a little friction, a little back and forth is okay.
No doubt. Henry, we're trying to get our brothers to understand they need to have a backbone. What's your thoughts?
Hey, it doesn't take that long to say no. And there are different ways of saying no. It doesn't have to be abrupt. It doesn't have to be rude. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be disrespectful. Just like the doctor said, hey, I'm not feeling it today. Maybe we could do something else. Or let's try this. Men ought to be dealing in the position of strength as opposed. Well, let me backtrack that. Men need to always be on the offense as opposed to being defensive. Okay. If a sister is asking you if she's asking you what's on your mind, tell her what's on your mind. Be respectful about it, but tell her in no uncertain terms what's on your mind. Because if you sit on the fence, you're liable to get pushed off the fence. Because if you don't stand for something, you're gonna sit for everything.
Man, hey, I got flashbacks of Humpty Dumpty, man, when I was in middle, Humpty Dumpty, man.
That's exactly what I thought about. Humpty Dumpty just falling and cracking his agreeable self. Cracking his head.
One big mess.
One big mess.
DVP, man, we trying to get these brothers to understand, man. You ain't got to agree with everything. What you say, DVP?
You know what? I have yet to date a woman of substance or character who didn't like being checked at some point. It's part of the test that they give you, and they want to see if you can check them like a grown man. And without being too deep, you start hearing the little droplets because you hear moisture. When you check them correctly, you hear the moisture. You know it's going to be a good night. Because
we're going to keep it high. That's it.
I really want him to go a little bit deeper.
Going deeper, Doc, is exactly what he's talking about.
What you talking about, man?
Exactly what he's talking about.
I'm not playing with y'all.
I have no clue. I have no clue what he's talking about.
I got on my doctor hat. I got on my doctor hat. But all of them, and you know, I will say this: all of them have tried. They will try you, and they will ask you for stuff that really ain't that important, just to see how accommodating you're gonna be. Because they're gonna ask you to do something when you're tired to see what you're gonna do. And it's like they just want you to. They want you to check them like a grown man. You know, sometimes you got look, baby. Take your clothes off, come lay with here, and we're gonna watch TV. And you know what they say? They say, okay, and you hear the squishing. And you just, this ain't for you, Henry. Block Henry. Hey. But I mean, but that's part of it. When you're dealing with when you get a woman with class or substance, they understand that everything can't always go nobody's way. And they learn to appreciate that. Because like I said, they want to know that when they making a bad decision, you're going to make them understand the bad decision. You ain't going to try to embarrass them. You ain't going to call them out their name. You're just going to say, and you're going to gently redirect them to something that's more productive.
Right.
And they want that.
As DVP said, Mal, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Staying right there for just a second. As a man, especially with your woman, or if you don't want to correct her in front of people, if she's wrong, you support her at first, and then when you're behind closed doors, then you discuss it. But you never want to correct her in public, because now you're giving other people permission to check her when the only person that's supposed to be checking her is you.
Man.
Yeah, and I want to add on to that too, because that goes both ways. Females should know that too, that they shouldn't be checking you in these situations where you in front of a whole crowd, checking you. So that's just mutual.
Yeah, let me be wrong, man. Let me be wrong. I could be wrong sometimes. Let me be wrong. Hey, on that note, I tried to tell y'all, man, this was going to be blazing. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Hold tight. DBDS live in the building.
If you would like to learn how to establish and maintain long-term meaningful relationships, join DBDS University today. You will learn about interpersonal relationships, first date tips, the relationship zones, emotional intelligence, and more.
Say thank you to my big brothers, Mel and Mo, for creating the DBDS University with the live, the book, the website. It's helped me so much grow as an individual.
Are you single? Do you know about dbdssingles.com? Are you ready to meet a quality man or a classy woman? The DBDS brothers want you to know that love and loyalty still exists. So if you're ready to meet relationship-ready people, sign up for a free trial. dbdssingles.com, where quality men meet classy women.
Boom, back in the studio. Yay, we live right here. We got my man Henry. We got DVP and Dr. Asbery. Henry be right back. He just stepped out for 1 minute. He'll be right back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, DVP. What's up, brother?
I just want to say something before we move on. One of the things I learned a long time ago, and this goes to what the doc was saying, anytime me and my woman are out in public, one of the best things you can do with your partner is have a code word. When one of y'all is doing a little too much, just have a code word that you can say that they know that means come back. So whatever you're doing, because I'm not going to embarrass you. I mean, you can just walk by them, touch them on the shoulder, say Robin Hood. When they hear Robin Hood, that means whatever they doing, I'm really not feeling. So I need for you just to take a step back, and ain't nobody else got to know what's going on. You know, and she can come by and touch me on the shoulder and just whisper that word in my ear, and I just know that means, hey, because I might not knew I was getting out of hand. I might have been a little too frisky. She might have been doing something, and it just cuts down on so much because you don't have to sit there and get an evil stare. You say, hey, baby, you know, whatever your code word is, make it user friendly, and that just it cuts down on so much friction because sometimes you don't know you're getting out of hand.
No doubt. Listen,
the key to that is that it's communication. It's non-verbal communication between the two. Nobody has to know what's going on except the two of you. So if you guys are on the same page, if y'all got that eye contact going, if y'all got that signals going, then everything should be smooth.
Listen, on that note, keep the communication going. We're gonna keep it moving. Listen, before you met your woman, oh, hold on. Before we go there, we gotta check Facebook. What's up, Mel Money? Look like you had something.
Oh, yeah. Let me give a shout out to some of our peoples watching the show. So shout out to Ashley Banks, Abeloa Wilson, Amana, Zamir, my man Bruce. Okay, Bruce watching the show.
Bruce,
Selenis, Shiny, Miss Misty, Jerome, Alicia, my man Ronald, my man Lamont Bell, Tosin, Lakia, Catherine. So many names. Thanks for tuning in, my peoples.
What's up, y'all? What's up, all y'all DBDS people? Thank you for tuning in. All you non-DBDS people, man, thank you for tuning in. Now, check this out. We talking about, you know what I'm saying? Don't be a cupcake brother. That means a lot. There's a lot to that, man. It's about a character. It comes down to character, right? So check this out. Before you met that woman, you know, you was out in the world. You was doing something. You was probably chasing a dream, you know, following your passion. You was doing something. You know what I'm saying? That needs to continue when you meet a woman. You know what I mean? That shouldn't stop just because you meet her. You know, she wants to know that you have a purpose. You had a soul purpose. Now she wants to know that you're going to have a purpose for them together. You know what I mean? So if you're the type of brother out there who's sitting on the couch, you ain't got nothing going on, trust me, it's going to be a hard chance that you're going to meet a good woman because you need to have a purpose, my brother. Coming to you, Henry. Talk to me, man. We need to have a purpose.
When before you met your wife, before you met your girlfriend, before you met your significant other, you were an individual first. You're an individual with your own goals, with your own aspirations. Because you met somebody, those goals should not be compromised. Because if you compromise those goals, then what you're showing her is exactly what we're talking about today. Because let's go back to the initial consultation that Brother Trammell was talking about. This woman got this dude to take a lesser job. I held on to that. Mel specifically said a lesser job. Which means that this woman wanted me to downgrade myself. That's a non-negotiable. I will not let any other person, man or woman, downgrade me from where God has put me up. If he's put me up here, ain't no man taking me down. Done deal.
Boom, just like that. You heard it live and direct right here. Dr. Asbery, what you think about this one, man? We got to have a purpose.
I totally agree. You have to remember who you were when you met her, and don't get tied up in who she is in her world. I mean, there's things that you guys can do together, but you have to also remember, who were you? What did you like to do? What were the things that you like to do? What are your hobbies? Your hobbies are just as important as her and what she's doing. So don't get tied up into everything that she's doing. Do your things. Do the things that inspire you, the things that make you excited. Because those are the things that, believe me, those are probably the things that got her into you in the first place. And it's us sitting on the couch and actually getting lazy and forgetting about the passionate things that we used to do. You know what I'm saying? And you can easily become the type of brother who is all ingrained in what she is doing, all mixed up about what she is doing, her world. Where you going, baby? How about where am I going? You know, how about what am I doing? You know, I'm about to go to blah, blah, blah. I want to go here. I'm going there. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with sharing it, but don't forget who you are as a man and what got you to what actually got you this woman, you know, and those are the things that we forget, you know.
DVP, man, these cupcake brothers probably don't have a purpose. We need to explain to them why having a purpose is important. Help me out, man. Help me out.
And you know what's unfortunate in some situations, because I actually went through this a couple of times. Sometimes you don't know your purpose until you meet that right woman. Because I believe that the right woman will make you want to do better than you already were doing. Because you might have thought I was doing pretty good. I mean, I had a career. Hell, I had 3 careers. I had plenty of women. I was living a life. You know what I'm saying? I was truthfully enjoying bed hopping till I met one woman who made me not want to bed hop. And you know, she introduced me to a couple other things. I'm like, oh, okay. I was actually good at where I was. And so, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes because sometimes you need to experience something you never experienced to know what you truly want to do. So I get both of them, but as far as downgrading, that ain't happening. I ain't doing nothing going backwards. You know, but everybody say, oh, you got a good life. Why would you want a woman? And it's like, shit, you're right. I can travel when I want to. I can do this when I want to. Why would I want a woman? Until I met not a woman, I met the woman. And then my thought process started to change. So sometimes I will say that brothers, men don't really know what they want to do. They know what they're used to doing and what they're good at and what they're comfortable with. But sometimes it's okay to get that push from an outside source because it makes you change for the better. And if you feel that, just go with it. You don't have to change who you are. You just change your thought process a little. So, you know, I get that, having been through that one myself. Because like I said, I thought I was good. I thought I was doing good. You know, it's like, shit, I can travel every 3 months. Now I got a different game plan.
No doubt.
It's like Brother Trammell was saying, that person is making you a better version of yourself.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Now money.
You know, all that he just said, I didn't hear the word downgrade once. There ain't no downgrade. There ain't no going backwards. ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you shouldn't travel anymore.
Right.
You know, you need to stay home. You know, I ain't hear none of that. I just heard better. You trying to basically uplift, and you meet someone like that, you are gonna know it because you're gonna be better off. You're gonna be better off.
And the big thing she said was she never told me I had to give up to other women. And I try to tell women, when a man is into you, he will give up other women without a conversation. He won't tell you initially because he don't want to seem like he got you. But we'll stop dating 6 or 7 women, and you'll find out we spend 6 or 7 days with you because we cut them other ones out. But if you tell me I got to, chances are I'm gonna push you away further. She never gave me that ultimatum.
Right.
No doubt. Mel Money, what's your thoughts on this one, man? We got to have a purpose.
Oh, yeah. Well, I believe classy women are attracted to men who have a lot of drive and a lot of ambition. And it doesn't mean you have to have the most money, the biggest house, the hottest car, or be the best looking man. But what it does mean is that you have goals and you have ambition and you have pride and you have a purpose in life. And purpose simply means that a man lives to serve the world and to give the very best of himself to some productive pursuit. Because clearly, I feel a strong foundation will never be stable or remain strong if a brother does not have a purpose in life. In fact, classy women, you know, I believe are attracted to a man who goes for what he wants and he has positive expectations that he will achieve those goals, and it will, you know, be forced to have a woman that will be the right woman, will be the inspirational few to kind of bring them to the next level. But when you have the wrong woman, just like the anonymous post I was reading, that inspirational fuel will deplete and that man won't be able to continue to be on that mission in his life. So this is why I tell brothers to be a man that already have a life in which a woman can be a part of. And I feel that's important to start a journey or the life you want. So that way you can be happy internally. So when you do select that right woman, she can tag along and you both can enjoy the journey of life together.
No doubt, man.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, man. You know, listen, if you're gonna get with somebody, you could not make progress by yourself. But if you're gonna get with somebody, y'all might as well make progress together. You know, you could not make progress by yourself. Why would you bring somebody along with you on that not making progress journey, right? So there it is, right there. So check this out. I'm gonna get personal for a minute. I love ladies' night out. Okay, I love ladies' night out. Okay, listen, my wife puts on her bad outfit and some heels and goes out with the ladies. You know what I mean? They go out to the club. You know, dancing, having a good time, eating together. You know what I mean? Now here's the thing. Guys are gonna approach my woman because you know I gotta my woman is fly. They're gonna approach her. Right, I expect that, and I'm okay with that. Matter of fact, me and her, we got a kind of little funny thing together, you know. And she comes home and I ask her, I say, "How many guys approach you?" Right, and she says less than 2. I tell her, "You got to step your game up. You kind of slipping, you know what I mean? You got to step your game up." And then we both just start laughing, you know. So that's our love language. We just have fun with it. But the whole point is this: I'm not insecure. So you can't be insecure. You know, Cupcake Brothers are insecure. This insecurity, man, that's not going to help you. So I'm coming to you. Doc. Talk to me about this insecurity, man.
Oh, insecure, man. All right. So I would say there are just so many things that I think that we brothers can do to sort of build ourselves up. And I think a lot of times in relationships, we just forget and we just neglect. I remember going to the barbershop, right? And when I had hair, I have no damn hair. I don't have no damn hair now, and y'all laughing at the shit, right?
I got it too.
Oh, God. Well, whatever, at my expense, it's okay. But when I had hair, when I used to go to the barbershop, man, I used to walk out of there. You couldn't tell me nothing. You just couldn't tell me nothing. And I know you guys know that feeling. You get your beard trimmed, you do, if you're into the manicure, you get your nails done, if you're into that kind of thing, and what I'm getting at is that we brothers, we need to do things that make us feel powerful, that make us feel good, that make us feel, to kill that insecurity. You know what I'm saying? To kill that insecurity. We're so busy looking at what our women are doing, and we got to start doing that self-love and start taking care of ourselves so that when we go out and we're representing the world, we feel good. I can't tell you right now, I put on a suit and I feel good. Why would I stop doing that? Why would I stop doing that? Because I've been married for 15 years? No, I'm not going to stop doing that. So the goal, I think, is for brothers to remember that we have to build ourselves up, whether it's getting a self-help book, and there's ways to do it. So I'm not one of those guys that's just like, woe is me, because there's ways to do it. There's self-help books, there's shows like this that we're watching right now. Seek them out. Just finding ways to build ourselves up so that we are not just so focused on what our woman is doing, and how she looks. What about how you look? Do you take a look in the mirror and make sure your nose is clean? Do you get a haircut maybe every 2 weeks? Do you trim your beard? Do you take care? Do you buy clothes for yourself? If you can, if you got all of these things are important for our own self-esteem so that we're not feeling insecure.
No doubt. Listen, man, keep it rolling. Listen, DVP, man, talk to us about this insecurity.
Hey, man, you know what? I just want to salute you, bro. Because me and my girl, and it's funny, we get dressed, right? I'll take her somewhere and I'll drop her off and I'll come back in like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Go do my work right quick.
Right.
And the whole goal is, when you're not insecure, and one of the things about relationships, no matter how long we've been on, you get comfortable. Y'all know it. You stop complimenting your woman so much because when she was beautiful at first, you got used to that beauty. So now it's just the norm. You got to be secure enough to know that if you shallow like us, and we'll admit it, we like good looking women. So other people are going to think, and sometimes they need to hear that from a different source. So I drop my woman off at the club. I come back 2-3 hours later. I sit on the other end of the bar. And, every now and then I peep over, but I flirt, she flirt. And then at the end of the night, we end up flirting with each other. And, we get back because now she got to ride home. And, we talk about what happened in the car about dudes over. Yeah, that dude right there. I said, you broke that dude's heart. That dude. I watched the dude literally beg my woman, for like 45 minutes. And I'm watching him and all the body. Like, to me, it was hilarious. And she walked by me to go to the bathroom. And there's another woman talking to me. And, she just kind of rubbed on my shoulder and gave me the little eyes. And the woman was like, Do you know her? And I was like, nah, but shit, I might have to get to know her. And she said, I sent her, she said, what happened? I said, you know, dude was watching you. I said, and after that, dude started watching me. Dude was ready to fight me because he done bought you some drinks and he seen you rub my shoulder. But you know, but the thing is, you want to be comfortable, one, with your relationship, two, with yourself.
Yeah.
I know who she going home with. This is a game. If I'm gonna lose her over this one night, then she was never mine to begin with. But you know, you gotta have this fun thing, give you something to talk about, and who cares? You know, it's like it's fun. You gotta add some spice to it because you're gonna get. It's only so many things you can do together before you start hitting that repeat button. It's like let's do something different. Let's do something different.
Let's keep it spicy.
Right, but you gotta have that security that you don't care if she goes out with or without you. Because I'm like, hey. She going to New York next week. She's like, you going? I was like, no. I said, you from New York? Go up there and have fun. I said, I'm gonna come down here and have fun. She's like, I ain't got time to work. Oh yeah, you gonna what about? She gonna run into some exes up there. I said, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with running the exes. Either I trust her or I don't. I said, well, hell, she can have exes down here. I said, I don't have that kind of time to worry about this shit. As long as she come back here and she ain't pregnant, we out to the good. When she come back, I ain't gonna have nobody pregnant. So shit, you know.
Yeah, you can't control when the exes show up. The exes can show up anywhere, man.
Exactly. But they exes for a reason. Hell, I should be more worried about the new guy. But I'm like, ain't nobody got that kind of time. I'm worried about it. Yeah, why I'm worried about the
that's what Conda, man. That's what Conda. That's not an ex.
That's why they're exes, right?
Yeah. And see, yeah, I know. I bet y'all Sheller brothers in disguise. Y'all won't say that y'all judge woman on her looks, but y'all do because y'all don't drink like that. And when you don't, you're going to get you a good-looking woman because you like looking at her. It cuts down on the arguments. You like, man, I would hate you, but you pretty. So I'm just going to be mad for like 20 minutes, then we're going to get over this.
My man Henry. We going to my man Henry. We talking insecurity, brother. What you got to say about this, man?
Bible talks about God didn't give us a power of being timid. He gave us a power of love, peace, and a sound mind. A sound mind is never insecure. If my wife decides that she wants to go out and she wants to hang out, by all means, I make sure she look good. Trust me, because she's a representation of me. Remember, she's a representation of me. Because remember, when God made Adam and Eve, he took the rib out of Adam and made Eve. So my wife compliments me. So why would I not let her be her best self when she's out there? Simple as that. I'm dropping the mic right there.
Hey, let me just co-sign on something Henry said. One time my girl was going out and what she had on, it was okay. I was like, babe, where you going out with that? You going to the grocery store? She's like, nah, I was gonna hang out with some friends. I said, nah, sorry. Nah, man. Somebody gonna screenshot me this and say, hey man, this is your girl out here looking like. Hey, you're not gonna get no free drinks looking like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, ain't no free drinks. Right. Which means I gotta pay more money. No, put this on and save me.
Put that on his tab. Put that on his tab. And when your girl go to the gym, make sure she don't go to the gym in no sweats. I put spandex on my wife. Let her know that she look good even if she's sweating, especially if she's sweating.
No doubt, man.
That's right.
These brothers killing me, Mel. Money. We talking insecurity, man. How we handle this, man?
Man, I agree with everybody what they're saying, man. Because usually when a brother compliments my woman, I know that's a compliment to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, insecure men tend to need validation and attention from beautiful women. And sadly, I feel it's a constant need for reassurance, which will decrease the attraction level because insecurities are like termites. They will slowly destroy the relationship. And also I believe insecurities does not come from a place of love. I think it comes from a place of fear because, you truly feel that you're not worthy enough to have this beautiful person. And true love, I believe, is when you love in such a way that the person you're with feels free. She feels free that she has the right to choose to be around you. She feel free to have the right to choose to be loyal to you. She feel free to have the choice to be honest with you without you persuading her behavior to treat you that way. But when you get upset over something little like someone looking at your woman or compliments her, that just not verbally translate that you don't feel that you're worthy enough to be with her. So I just put it simply, when you begin to self-doubt and have self-worth about your ability to fulfill her needs, her survival mode will kick in because she will then begin to lose trust and respect for you. And if a woman can't respect you, she can never love you.
Yeah.
Hey, and cut Henry mic off right quick or he don't need to hear this.
Uh-oh.
But when you got that security level, it transfers over to her. And she'll be, hey, them sheets come off the bed a whole lot quicker because she know now that you trust her. So she's a whole lot more loving and touchy-feely with you because she know when you give her good information and you always want her to look her best. She ain't got to downgrade herself to make you feel like a man. Because, you know what I'm saying? I told my girl, we went to the mall. I said, I'm kind of upset. I said, I didn't meet none of them brothers who looking at you so hard they just bump into me. I said, so I don't know what it is we got to do, but we got to change it. Because I'm used to meeting brothers who just looking and oh man, I ain't even see you. Yeah, that's what's up. I know what you looking at. I ain't even mad at you, bro. I ain't even mad at you.
Follow this logic real quick.
I get it.
Follow this logic real quick. Nobody wants anybody smothering them because if you're smothering them, then you're cutting off their oxygen. And if you're cutting off their oxygen, that means that you're taking the life out of them. Nobody wants to be in a situation or nobody wants to be somebody with someone who's literally cutting their life short.
Yeah.
This is DBDS Live. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Are you single? Do you know about dbdssingles.com? Are you ready to meet a quality man or a classy woman? The DBDS brothers want you to know that love and loyalty still exists. So if you're ready to meet relationship-ready people, sign up for a free trial. dbdssingles.com, where quality men meet classy women.
If you would like to learn how to establish and maintain...
Are you single? Do you know about dbdssingles.com? Are you ready to meet a quality man or a classy woman? The DBDS brothers want you to know that love and loyalty still exists. So if you're ready to meet relationship-ready people, sign up for a free trial. dbdssingles.com, where quality men meet classy women.
Boom, back in the studio. We're here with my man DVP, Henry, and Dr. Asbery, and also my man Mel Money. We killing it, man. We talking about don't be a cupcake brother. Cupcakes don't got no bones, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a backbone. Don't be a cupcake brother. Listen, the show is ridiculous. Listen, we got 2 more topics left. I'm bringing it to the panel because I want to know what y'all want to talk about. We only got time for 1 more. And we either can talk about self-control or we can talk about leadership. I'm bringing
the video,
man.
Video.
We not doing the video.
No. Bring it on.
No video, man. No video.
All right.
No video. All right, so what y'all want to do, man? Emotions under control or being a leader? Can I get a vote? Henry.
Actually, if you really think about it, they both go hand in hand because a leader's emotions are always in check. Because when you're a leader, you have to be clear-headed to make decisions anyway. So
we can tap in on both of them. Really.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna cue it up. I'm gonna cue up leadership then, and y'all tap it in. Y'all bring in the emotional content. All right. Cool. So here's the deal. Check this out, man. Listen, leaders come with solutions. Leaders come with options to consider. Leaders take responsibility and they own the outcome. Leaders don't make excuses and they do what's necessary. Let me tell you a little quick story real quick to kind of give you an idea what leadership does not look like. On January 13th, 2012, y'all might have heard about this Italian cruise ship. It was in the Mediterranean.
I see where you're going.
You know what I'm doing, right?
I know
it was in the Mediterranean. And the cruise ship was, it was doing its thing, but to the negligence of the captain, it ended up hitting this rock formation, the underwater rock formation, and the boat started to sink. Man, the ship started to sink. Guess who was the first person off the boat? The captain. El Capitan. The captain said, "I'm out." He unplugged. I'm gone, man. I'm out. Right? Got off the ship. Right? See, so here's the thing, right? By doing that, this dude ended up actually getting 16 years in prison, right? So here's the thing. He ain't never touching another woman. But that's beside the point because here's the thing. If he was in the free world, he still wouldn't be touching another woman because when you do something like that, when you abandon ship like that, when you're supposed to be in charge, you're the leader, you're the one running the show, what does that tell a woman? That tells a woman, listen, if you can abandon your ship, What happened when I get in a tight situation?
Yeah.
You're gonna be out. I'm not touching. I'm not dealing with you, bro.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're gonna be a leader, man, you gotta accept the responsibility and do your thing. I'm coming to you, Dr. Asbery. What you think about this, man? You know, you got to be a leader, man. You know, if you want people to follow you.
Well, I also believe that leadership is sexy. Also, is sexy to women. You know, the guy that steps up. You know, there's a problem, there's a situation. He's just not yesing and saying, "Yeah, there is a problem, there is a situation." He's sitting there like this. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there like this, and he's listening. Right? And he's saying to himself, or he's saying to her, say, "Hey, babe, listen, why don't we try this? Why don't we try that? You know, let me do a little research and see if I can come up with a situation. I can come up with some kind of answer." You know what I'm saying? That's sexy. You know, but brother just gonna ban the script and just say, yeah, you got a problem. Listen, I'm going to play Madden. You let me know how that works out. Come on, brother. Listen, man. You want to be involved. You want to be ingrained. You want to know what's happening with your girl. You want to know when she's having problems. You want to be that guy that fixes stuff. Fix it, man. Fix it. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to fix it. You want to be able to solve those problems. And that just makes it all the much a better relationship. Who's she gonna come to? She gonna come to Mel? No, she gonna come to me. She's gonna say, "Hey, David, listen, I got this problem that I'm dealing with. Can we talk it over?" You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? I mean, be that guy, the go-to guy. Don't be the guy that just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to my friend Harry instead of so-and-so. Instead of you, I'm going to my friend from the old school. He used to help me back in the day." You know what else he's also going to be helping himself to? I'm not going to get into that.
And on that note,
I'll leave it there.
Henry, listen, man, if you want people to follow you, you know, you got to be a leader, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Being a leader, and we talked about keeping your emotions in check. A leader is always clear-headed. A leader always has a plan. A leader always has a plan of action. So when situations come up, he's not talking about the problem because he already understands that the problem is at hand. There's no need to say, "Hey, babe, we got a problem." No, he's not looking for you to tell her that there's a problem. Here's a perfect example. Here's a perfect example. All right. Your wife comes up to you. She shows you the bill. There's red lettering on the bill. Everybody knows when there's red lettering on your bill, that means you ain't pay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's not giving you She's not giving you the bill that has the red lettering, and she's not giving you an update. This is not a news update. She's giving you the bill to say, "Hey, what are we going to do about this?" She's not looking for you to say, "Hey," to agree with the fact, "Yeah, we didn't pay the bill." Yes, we know you ain't paid the bill. She's giving it to you to say, "Hey, solve this problem. This is not a news update. You know what's coming. Get the job done, and so everybody can move on."
Get the job done. Get it done, man. Get it put in your work. DVP, man. We gotta be a leader, man. Gotta be a leader.
And you know what? And I hear guys say this all the time. And you know how you say the difference between man and males. And I just call these dudes that look like men, they're guys or dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because we all look alike. And everybody like, "Oh, I'm a leader." And like, based on what? Because you got a mustache, because you got a penis. Women like to see you make decisions. They like to see you make sound decisions. Once they know that you're capable of making sound decisions, they do just blindly follow you then. But they need to see a pattern of repeated behavior where you've made good decisions. Not just because you ain't got to sit back and say, "Oh, I'm the leader, follow me." Oh, speaking of, hold on, let me tell you this now. The captain's defense was he seen some mermaids. He was going back to get the mermaids to save the ship. And, you know, his defense team didn't want to go for that. I told him, use the mermaid theory. But no, they went for something else. He got 16 years. But, yeah, guys got to and that's what most men don't want to do. They want to lead because they think it's their birthright, but it ain't something that you're born with. You get this through experience. You get this through making bad decisions. You learn how to, and I tell people, even if you make a bad decision, know why you made it. You might have a good reason for it and they turned out wrong. And most guys who want this submission thing don't have that to go behind them. They don't have no income to back up their bad decision making. They got nothing other than, I'm the man, I'm supposed to do this. So I didn't pay the rent because I tried to parlay the money by selling cocaine and I got locked up. That ain't my fault. You're not a leader. You're a dumbass. And that's where a lot of them get it, because they think they're a leader just because they making a decision don't make you a leader. You can still be stupid. And they got to make wise decisions, especially as they gonna affect the woman that we're trying to make these decisions for. That's what they want to follow. They want to see, when I buy a washer and dryer instead of getting tires for my car because I want to make sure the kids' clothes get clean. She see me putting her needs above our needs above mine. And those are the kind of decisions that make women start following you, because they realize, hey, even when he tells me no, there's a reason, because maybe my decision ain't good for the outcome. It's just good for me at the time. And that's what I think that's what a lot of them want to look for.
No doubt. Mel Money, what you think about this, man, being a leader?
Man, that's so true, man. I see a lot of Cupcake Brothers, man. They get a lot of, money from tax income season, man. Instead of paying the rent, they'll pay that money on some rims and they'll floss. So it's pretty sad, man. But this is the beauty
you
of
can't even see the rims while you inside the car.
That's for me and you to say, yo, man, Cam got some rims.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. All right, come on, man. We're not looking at your rims, man. Come on, man.
You gotta set your priorities in order, man. So I agree with DVP, Henry, the Doc, man. I mean, this is the beauty of having a set of moral codes to follow, because if your insecurities and personal issues should never dictate your decision making capability. And no matter what your inner conflicts are, or no matter what may be going on around you, as long as you have, I'll say, thoughts and actions on sound principles, you will always be on the top of your game. And this is the kind of leadership Class C sisters rely on in a relationship. It will also provide her with the security she requires, and she will feel naturally secure to trust your faith and ability to fulfill her needs. But when you don't have a purpose and you don't display any leadership capabilities, she will see you as a little boy in a grown man's body. And I always talk about this, the mother and child relationship, which will, I feel like, reflect rewards and punishments. For example, she may withhold sex from you because when things don't go her way, she's going to put you on timeout. She's going to put your ass in the corner, ultimatum and threats. Telling you to jump, you say how high, and constant disrespectful behavior, which can possibly lead to a 2-piece to the jaw. So I think it's I think it's very important to continue to develop your leadership capabilities and your character to become a better man for her, to become a better woman for you.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Check it out, y'all. Yeah, that 2-piece. You get a biscuit with that? Get a side biscuit with that, man? I need a biscuit, man, with my 2-piece, man. For real. No joke.
Can I just go back to the bill? I want to go back to the bill because with that scenario is just so great. I really do feel also that women already, when she hands that bill over to you and showing it to you, she already knows the answer. She already got the situation solved in her head. Her ass is waiting for you to see what you gonna say. Either you're gonna say, you know what, baby? Listen, I got some money on the side. We're gonna pay this, get this done, so our credit score don't get jacked. Or, like I said, you're gonna say, right now, I need, I'm playing Madden right now. And we'll get back to that. I don't feel like being bothered with that.
And let me piggyback off the Dr. Lee for just a second. When a woman comes to you with a problem, she's only looking for one answer.
Yes.
Because if you give her that answer, then you have that next conversation. But if you give her the answer that she's not looking for, that whole conversation changes. And that goes back to what I was talking about before. Now you on the defensive. Now you're gonna put your hands up like our brother Deontay Wilder. He in the corner. Rope-a-dope. We Muhammad Ali. We can't be doing no rope-a-dope.
He's the only one that can do that. Nobody in this world can do rope-a-dope.
Hey, y'all, this is DBDS Live, and I told y'all this was going to be a live show. We were talking about the Cupcake Brothers. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, 90 seconds. We're going to come back, and we're going to have our final words in today's meeting. Now, we was talking about what we usually do. We call it our Jerry Springer moment. So we're going to have our final summaries. So y'all get your paper and pencil. We'll be right back
If you would like to learn how to establish and maintain long-term meaningful relationships, join DBDS University today. You will learn about interpersonal relationships, first date tips, the relationship zones, emotional intelligence, and more.
Say thank you to my big brothers Mel and Mo for creating the DBDS University with the live, the book, the website. It's helped me so much grow as an individual.
Are you single? Do you know about DBDSsingles.com? Are you ready to meet a quality man or a classy woman? The DBDS brothers want you to know that love and loyalty still exists. So if you're ready to meet relationship-ready people, sign up for a free trial. DBDSsingles.com, where quality men meet classy women.
Dear brothers, it's about quality, not quantity.
So guys, it should be your conversation, the way you flow your presence enough for a woman to want to be around you, not how much money you spend.
Dear sisters, it's about knowing your value.
My sisters out there, don't be afraid to scare a guy off just because you have standards.
Dear brothers, dear sisters, it's time to come together.
Yo, back in the DBDS live studio, man. We were just killing it talking about the Cupcake Brother. We had my man Henry, DVP, Dr. Asbery, and my man Mel Money. At this time, we about to do our final summaries. We need to see what Mel Money got something for us. What you got, Mel Money?
No, I just want to just give a shout out to everybody tuning in, man. To the lovely Nicole Marie Brown, to my girl Tanika, my mom, my girl Toya, Avery, Roy Thomas, my girl T, my lovely Arlette, you know what I'm saying, Dijon, my man Ronald, Chastity, everybody that tune in, and to everyone that continue to support DBDS and what we do, man. We're pretty appreciative and we're truly grateful. Thank you.
Absolutely. We really appreciate that. And now at this time, we're about to do our final show summaries. We was talking about a Cupcake Brother. Listen, I told y'all, man, I did the disclaimer at the beginning, man. The little stuff at the bottom of the contract, man. Don't take it personally. If you got to make a change, you're going to make that change. We gave you all the information you need. Now listen to these final thoughts. We'll come to you, Henry. Talk to us about your final thoughts. Don't be a Cupcake Brother.
When God had Adam and Eve, and he told them not to eat from the fruit from the tree, and when they did it, what happened was the serpent went to Eve first. He didn't go to Adam, he went to Eve. And so when God found out about it, he went to Adam first to talk about why did you disobey me? He didn't go to the woman first. He went to the man first. And the reason why he went to the man first is because God made man first. He didn't make Eve first, he made man first. So brothers, when you hear this, understand the fact that you are in a natural position of authority because God gave us the land to work on. So when he made Eve was made to support us. Eve was made to nurture us. Eve was made to complement us. So when your woman is looking at you, I'll even take it one step further. When your daughter is looking at you and when your son is looking at you, when things arise, they should only see one person. They should see you control. They should see you giving the information, and they should see you as the leader.
Boom. DVP. Final thoughts.
Brothers, if you're in a relationship, I don't care whose fault it is. If you're there, you got to take the blame. Ladies, if your man blame you, dump him. You can't be the leader and be wishy-washy. When it's good, it's your fault. When it's bad, it's your fault. That's leadership 101, 102, and 103. There is no blaming anybody else. If you're the ultimate decision maker, when you made a bad decision, own it. If you let somebody make a bad decision for you, own that too, that you let them do that. And you'll find out your life is a whole lot more better, and the woman will appreciate you. But quit throwing women up on the bus talking about what about them. What about you, punk? What about you?
Ooh, Dr. Asbery, final thoughts, brother.
Well, I guess, let's just look at the damn cupcake, man. Let's just look at the cupcake. Cupcake ain't no damn good, man. Cupcake is soft. Right? Squishy. Cupcake is squishy. Oh, women eat the hell out of cupcakes, man. They eat them. Right? Cupcake get you fat, lazy. Put you on the couch doing nothing. The Cupcake don't have any purpose, man. And you know, it's just something that's just not needed. So don't be a Cupcake brother, man. We want you brothers to be strong. We want you brothers to learn. We want you brothers to read. We want you brothers to just do what you need to do to get by. Understand that you got like I said before, you got shows like this that will help you. You got books out there that will help you. There are no excuses. You got YouTube. I watch like 90 videos a day to try to keep myself tight and strong, you know? Uncupcake like, you know? So, you know, we don't need cupcakes in our life, man. We don't need cupcakes in our life, man. We need to be strong, brothers. We are strong, brothers. We need to be strong for our women. We need to be strong for our families. And we need to leave them goddamn cupcakes alone. I said it, but I'm sticking by it.
Mel Money. Final thoughts.
Before my final thoughts, man, I just want to thank Henry, Dr. Asbery, DVP, man. You guys are awesome, man. You guys, this brotherhood is dope. And shout out to all my fellow brothers in DBDS and to all my classy sisters. But thank you guys for coming onto the show. We appreciate it, man. So listen, to my fellow brothers, make sure you set a challenging goal for yourself and commit to it. I believe this will help you to build character and will show the woman you're dating or your significant other that you have a purpose in life. Also, make sure you surround yourself with positive men so they can help develop your character as well. Also, your woman is a priority in your life. So I would say remain creative in your love life and treat your woman extremely well. Always come up with fun and creative ways to show you're affectionate on a consistent basis, because love is a job with no retirement.
No doubt. Listen, man.
Beautiful.
This is how I want to end it, man. I want to say, man, really, I learned something every show. I want to thank you, Henry. I want to thank you, DVP. Thank you, Dr. Asbery, man. You guys are top shelf. You know how they got some of them liquors, man. They have the bottom shelf. You guys on the top, man. You guys are top shelf, man. No doubt about that. I know that's top shelf right there. I can see it. And that too, yeah, I can see it. That's that pure water right there, no doubt. So check this out, man. I usually have a summary, but I ain't got a lot to say on this show. I'm just gonna say a few words. All I'm gonna say is this here: stop the excuses and own your destiny. Mel Money, send us off.